Philip said how I get here. Philip, cause you just barking, talking very tough and catch a case and start singing like Teddy Ruxpin. Homie said he had a body, but I bet he bluffing. That cat don't clap lid, he just a crackhead. And that shit right there, lead cats dead. I don't fuck with that. I'm just a hazing cognac head. Been bumping heads since before my head was this big. That's why you hear my music bumping like blackheads. I don't think rap dead. I think niggas just doing it wrong. I don't know what be going on when Anomaly be doing the song. I don't know why Anomaly even put that verse on the song. He probably hide, and that shit he do is strong. Shout out to Anomaly. Anomaly just gonna be my punching bag when I want to talk about rapping folk. Jaro said, yo, what up, bro? How you been? Man, I've been doing good. I'm good. Everything out here moving like it's supposed to move. Shaking and moving, sticking and moving. I can't complain. How you doing? How the kids doing? How the missus doing? Shit, I grew up in a time and era where you gotta speak. Where you gotta speak. I grew up in a time, I remember the time I grew up, you couldn't just walk in a grown man house and not speak to the missus. You had to, and it was an order to that shit. That shit, you had to speak to the man of the house, then the lady of the house. That's how I grew up. That's why I'm saying, like, you could tell how I grew up. Like, I grew up in the house, you had to say good morning to everybody. Like, if you sit down at breakfast and your dad just sitting there and you didn't speak to your dad, that shit was considered disrespect. That shit was disrespectful. How you gonna sit? How you gonna wake up, go upstairs to the kitchen, sit at the table, and not speak to nobody, not say good morning? You could tell I had a good upbringing. Look how I'm living now. That shit don't mean you gonna duck adversity though. That shit don't mean you gonna have it good. You can still become a statistic. I grew up good though. I grew up good. Somebody called me lame yesterday too. I was like, there's a strong argument for that. Lame had me wanting to join gangs and shit when I was young and coming up. I didn't need to do that shit. I didn't have to live like that. But niggas be like, oh, you lame. See, that's that behavior modification speech right there. When you let people press your buttons like that, they know what buttons to press to get you to do certain things. Somebody could call you lame, and you'll do whatever it is they want you to do after they call you lame, because you don't want to be seen as lame. That shit weak. Bro, I was weak. I'm a grown ass man now. I don't give no fucks about that lame shit. You can call me a lame. You can call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. You can put whatever title you want to put on me. I don't give no fucks about that. If gangs didn't teach me nothing at all, they taught me that. They taught me that. You can't get me to do what you want me to do with behavioral modification speech. Some people really take into that. That's why you can come from a good family. They're like, boy, you grew up, you had your mom and your dad in the house. The fuck you doing joining gangs and running wild and shit? Because you want to look cool? Because you want to look cool? Because you think this group of kids over here, these the cool kids? Because this group of kids right here, they the cool kids and they call me lame? I don't want to be seen as lame. So now I got to jump out there. Now I got to jump off the porch. Now I got to do shit I don't want to do or have to do. just to try to make somebody else think highly of me, because I don't think enough about myself that I don't need their approval. So you seek other people's approval. You can't get me to act right. Hell no. As a child I thought, ain't that a verse? As a child I thought like a child. But I grew up and became a man and put away childish things. Anyway, getting back to Philip. Philip, where you at? Esau's the black man. You just talking, barking, very tough, and catch a case and start singing like Teddy Ruxpin. Esau's the black man, said he had a body, but I bet he bluffing. That nigga don't clap lid. That nigga's a crackhead. Esau is the white man. That shit right there. Lead cats dead. I don't fuck with that. I'm just a haze and cognac head. Been bumping head since before my head was this big. That's why you hear my music bumping like blackheads. I don't think rap dead. I think Anomaly doing it wrong. I don't know what the fuck be going on when Anomaly do his songs. I don't know why Anomaly put that verse on the song. He probably high. He from Cali. That shit they do out there is strong. Hey, Esau is the black man, not the white man. How come Esau isn't the white man? How come Esau isn't the white? That was Cassidy. I mean, yeah, like I said, Anomaly just gonna be my punching bag anytime I want to talk about rap folk. He's just gonna be the punch. He put himself out there. He just gonna be the punching bag. It's all love around here though. Why Esau can't be the why Esau can't be the white man? Shit, he said he came on here. He said Esau with a black man. Shit, just because you said that, now I got to counter Esau the white man. Esau the white man. Yeah. Watachi running free. Nah, Anomaly is in another league of his own. Jessica, you always talking shit about Anomaly. Leave Anomaly alone. You always talking shit about Officer Tatum and Anomaly. Leave them niggas alone. Leave them niggas alone. I'm sitting back here in the secret garden that I turned into a wood yard. Fuck Esau. How about that? Fuck Esau and Jacob. Cause easy to crack on he is. I gotta give Anomaly that he is. And somebody said yesterday, I read y'all dumbass comments. Somebody said yesterday, oh, I should have live streamed because Anomaly got me started on that whole Canadian Trudeau banning handgun rant because my phone gave me a notification. Anomaly's going live. I was like, what the fuck he talking about? I seen the title. He was like, the banning handgun. I was like, man, yo, get the fuck out of here. Anomaly, put some heads on your chest. Come out here, split me wood. Split wood. So I went to that whole rant about that shit. I was like, man, y'all niggas wild. One thing about it though, I didn't get no fucking emails like how I always do. Not near Canadian nigga emailed me. I just had that weird ass nigga Chris Waters in the live chat. He felt some type of way, but I turned that shit back around and made it a positive. Cause he said nobody likes fixing shit. I seen that nigga was tweaking in the comment section because I was talking about Canada. He in Bear Cake Garage doesn't know anything. Canadians have a lot of guns. I seen that weird shit. Yo, I swear, man, when I told y'all I'm working at becoming unoffendable, man, I'm almost there. Like, that shit is great. That shit is great. A lot of y'all see shit that'll get y'all out of pocket real quick. All it takes is one comment to get you niggas out of pocket. That shit a pressure point for y'all. That's why I put my thumb on that shit and apply pressure. You gonna get out of pocket, not me. I love this shit. Look, there go Chris Waters right there. I love this shit. Good for you, mate. Oh, you might be Australian there. You put that mate in there. You ain't put that A in there. Fill up, that's the real question. What y'all talking about? I missed that shit. Chris Waters, you was on one yesterday. You was in your feelings. Faith having to run another channel. Oh, yeah, just stop posting my shit. Ooh, Faith wear a mirror on my shit. Like last week, she don't do shit. I don't know why. All she did was bake some oatmeal cookies with me in the background saying nigger 1,000 times. I don't know what the fuck she got back. Fuck, I got another strike. I was like, well, I was in the background saying nigga. I don't know how the algorithm chooses. I don't know how that shit work. I don't know how the fuck that work. She was just sitting there whipping up a Portuguese chicken. Next thing I know, she banned. I don't know what type of truth or shit she was posting to get bad. All I seen was them cookies. And then me in the background saying, nigga! And I was like, the algorithm probably said, fuck the cookies. What's that shit she got going on in the background? And then that shit was all out of context because of the way she edited the video. So it just sounded like a autistic white kid in the background. Nigga! It just sounded like an autistic kid in the back. And the way she edited that shit, it was me, but it sounded like an autistic white kid. The way she edited that shit, when she put the cookies down there. I was like, see, I don't know what the fuck. They probably like, oh, what the fuck all she got going on with her? She got the autistic kids turning them racisms. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell people. BG, is that a noose hanging from your head? Call the feds to investigate. Hell no. I don't shit, do what it want to do. You should have went live when he was live. I was live. I was live. Nah, I don't think it ain't nothing like I like Anomaly. That's Jessica. She got a problem with every damn body. Jessica, she got a problem with every fucking. I like her. I like these people I talk shit about. Nah, shout out to Anomaly. He be in here watching me. He just don't never want to say nothing because he know if I see his name pop up in the chat, I'ma just go straight to the rap. Then he do his news analysis, but bruh, we can't just overlook these shitty ass rap songs you make. And then too, cuz be having moist ass takes. That's why I'm official. Like, you'll never see me on somebody else's like live chat, just comment, unless I'm saying what's up. Like, I went on Jim Ball live chat a couple times and said my piece, but I don't even like doing that shit. Like, when people live, I leave people alone. And I don't just put my opinion in their comment section. Like, that ain't for me to do that. Hey, I listen to people on the daily that I just be like, nah, that ain't how that work. You know, I don't get all out of pocket and gotta type shit in the comment section. Some of y'all need to work on that. Y'all love doing that. It's like you seek attention. Like when you hear that disagreement shit, it's like it presses a button within yourself and you just act out of pocket. Like you really need somebody to agree with your point of view for your point of view to make sense. So now you're on a crusade to like change the way the world thinks. It's just like when I got to talking about anarchy. Niggas got out of pocket. I see why, because I said that shit stupid. But you gotta understand, I'm not trying to subvert what the fuck you got going on. I'm not trying to grift your community. I just say I give my honest opinion. And I just give my honest opinion. And I was looking over the chat, and speaking of anarchy, I was looking over the this nigga Anarchy TV, you ain't here? This nigga Anarchy TV was in the live chat. Hold on, where the fuck this shit go? Anarchy TV was on that bullshit. Somebody said, Nicholas, you're an anarchist. You just won't admit it. I'm not an anarchist. I'm not an anarchist. Keep in mind, I know all the anarchy talking points. Like I've watched people that are James Corbett from CorbettReport.com, anarchy. He's an anarchist from Canada, lives in Japan now. He's an anarchist. I seen that video he did. He had people call in and combat him on that, and he was holding his ground on his position. I done seen all that shit. That shit still just doesn't make sense to me though. Brian from High Impact Flicks, anarchist. So I already know what the fuck all y'all got going on. I'm just saying, like, when I call that shit stupid, don't act like you need my belief in it for it to make sense or for it to come to fruition. See, here we got shouting at the cloud, said the Amish are anarcho-privatism. It's seen. How does anarcho-privatism different? How is that different from anarchism? How is that anarchism? How can you equate what the Amish are doing to anarchy? That shit not anarchy. They have a very strict rule set. Them niggas can't even use, except for the beachy Amish, equipment that got motors on it. And then what those communities do is dictated by the pastor. That's a religion-based community. How is that anarchy? How does that equal anarchy? If anything, that's more strict than what you have out here. But y'all look at them and see a sense of freedom. No, it's just different than what you were born into. That shit come with hella responsibility that a lot of y'all wouldn't even want to bear. There's a hella leaders in the Amish community. That leader dictates whether or not that Amish community can use motors, what type of motors are acceptable. Bro, they got rules. It ain't no self-governance. Somebody hopped on here, it was like anarchy just means self-governance. How the fuck that work? How does somebody say the people in rural America live in anarchy? No, the fuck they don't. They got mailboxes. They still getting packages from Amazon and UPS. They still got to vote locally. They still got ordinances in their city that say how many buildings they can have on their property. How is that anarchy and self-governance? What the hell is that? No, that shit don't exist, man. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't exist because man has been here for a long fucking time. Man has tried everything under the fucking sun. That shit hasn't worked. Somebody said religion isn't legal under communism. Religion isn't legal under anarchy neither. Religion isn't legal under anarchy. So how many atheist anarchists are out there? And how many people who claim to be believers that call themselves anarchists are out there? Put those people in the same area. Put those people in the same area without rightfully dividing who is who and putting them into their own separate groups. One group is going to want to run shit this way. Another group is going to want to run shit this way. Self-governance. So now you can have whole families of trannies over here bending rules, governing themselves. And then somebody said, yo, anarchy doesn't mean no rules. It just means no rulers. Well, it sounds like the nigga who's saying no rules becomes the rulers. Because then when shit get real, he got to dictate for you stupid motherfuckers what the rules are, just like Moses did. They're like, oh, y'all on that bullshit. Now I need to come bring you niggas the law. See, y'all thought y'all was free from Pharaoh. Y'all was out in the desert partying and twerking and all that other weird shit. Niggas acted like freedom. Then they got on that bullshit. And he had to be like, oh, no, 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 no. We don't worship golden calves here. How the fuck that work? Anarchy isn't around today. You act like man hasn't tried anarchy. It's not around today. That means it failed. Just like everything else failed. Somebody say you're historically wrong, BG. Putting that shit in all capital letters isn't telling me how I'm historically wrong. Just saying I'm historically wrong doesn't make it so. And just because you put it in caps doesn't mean I'm historically wrong even harder. BG has never studied critical thinking. I was critical enough to give your ass a door, oh darn. Don't come here and insult my intelligence now. Why you want to insult my intelligence for? Because I disagree with you on anarchy? That's what all this about? Now I don't think critically, but you've been listening to me this whole time. You've been here this whole time. Now I don't think critically because we don't see eye to eye on anarchy. Really, oh darn? What that say about you? Imagine if you was in an anarchist society with a nigga like oh darn. Look what he did. Y'all see what he did? Imagine being in an anarchy. You see how these niggas flip-flop? Look at oh darn. Oh, now you disagree with me on this. You don't think critically. You see how easy that societal system can collapse when people get to pointing the finger at each other like a lot of anarchists like to do? Now say I believe in no rulers. Say we group up, click up, make that shit happen. And oh darn get on that bullshit. Who's gonna stop me from going to war with oh darn's clan? Who's gonna stop me from taking oh darn's bike? Huh? And then a nigga wrote me, he was like the non-aggression principle. Nigga, fuck your non-aggression principle. What type of shit is that? Who's gonna stop me? Oh darn said, I will, oh darn, I'll pop you and your whole family and then take your bite. Who's gonna stop me? Not you. Who? What's gonna prevent me from having my group of guys in the anarchy society fashion poles out of oak wood and sharpen the points on them and then collect all of the anarchy leaders or whatever the fuck you think you have and driving a stake through their asshole out through their mouth and setting it in front of every compound out there and declaring myself the ruler? Who? Non-aggression principle? What the fuck is that, homie? I'm human. How you gonna enforce the non-aggression principle? See, when it come to nah, fuck your private security. See, when it come to anarchy, you gotta figure. People don't know the rules. So let's say you get an anarchist society. People don't know the rules. Because they hear anarchy means no rulers, no master. That's what niggas say, right? Okay, so now the anarchists got to send people out to make sure people understand the rules of anarchy. Hey, it doesn't necessarily mean no rulers and no masters and no rules. It means, so now you got to send people out to break shit down to people because there's retarded people out there that won't get it. At that point, do you not see where this will go from there? You have to send people out to make sure people understand the laws of anarchy, which some people are going to say, this shit sound like rules, son. Nah, we self-governance over here. We self-governing over here. How you gonna get people to fight your wars with people who don't want to live like anarchists? How you gonna get the rest of the people? What if they like, nah, we don't, nah. And then somebody wrote me and it was like the golden rule. Nah, we not talking anarchy, but we talking anarchy today. Cause I don't know how I got here. Still don't mean you understand logic, BG. There's a strong argument for that. I told y'all I'm retarded as fuck. Oh darn, you know this. I don't know why you watching a nigga that don't understand logic. You got a strong argument. All I'm saying is that shit don't make sense. All I'm saying that anarchy shit don't make sense. Where the anarchists in the chat at? How do we get to anarchy? How can we tell me what I have to do to make this happen? Just tell me what I have to do to make this happen. What's the plan to bring this to fruition? Nicholas Canada, what do I have to do to bring, because a lot of anarchists, they just talk that shit like communists do. Oh, we just need more and more people. If everybody did it, then it wouldn't be socialist. It would be true communist, and it wouldn't be Leninism, and it wouldn't be Stalinism. It would be communist. So you niggas that have never went out and actually enacted anarchy get to sit online and make money from the people by preaching anarchy, talking big and bad about anarchy. Tell me how I can help you bring this dream to real life. What can I do to make this shit work? Nicholas Canada said crypto is a big part. What can I do to make this shit work? Invest in crypto? Is that what you're saying? Crypto. No, I don't want the semantics. I don't want that philosophical shit. I don't want logic. Just tell me what I have to do to be a warrior for anarchy. True anarchy is no government and everybody individually responsible for themselves. You're giving me fairy tales. What can I do to bring this anarchist dream to reality? Tell me. Oh, darn said you're already doing it. That's not what I asked you. I didn't ask you what I was already doing. I asked you a simple question, and the response should be a simple answer. What can I do? If you say I'm already doing it, tell me what I'm already doing. Make that shit simple. Talk to me like I'm a fifth grader. Oh, darn, you just said I'm not capable of logic. So I'm retarded. Talk to me like I'm retarded. Cat L said grow food. That's all it takes for me to bring about this anarchist society, this anarchy world order, grow my own food. That's it. That's anarchy to you people? Oh, darn said the way you live is anarchy. You can't be controlled. It's not about being controlled. And yes, I can be controlled. I submit to the Most High. I don't submit to man. Yeah, you see that? You see my faith-based principles? So would you have to destroy religion in order to bring about this anarchist society? Because some people want to follow the Pope. Some people want to follow the Pope. Some people follow their rabbi. Some people submit to God. They don't give a fuck what man has to say. So for your anarchist society to work the way you see it in your mind, would you have to get rid of the religions of the world? How is growing food anarchy? Somebody said all you gotta do is grow food. How is growing food anarchy? And when you talk to the anarchists, I've seen all of them. They say anarchy, which comes from the word term meaning some root word, no rulers, no masters. So when people say anarchy, a lot of people think, shout out to the guy from yesterday's live chat, when people say anarchy, a lot of people think the highway being overtaken by Nissan Altimas and it's chaos everywhere. Is that a possum in the garden? There really is a possum in the garden. Let's see what this possum has to say about anarchy. Yo, you know I see you, right? You know I see you, right? What you doing out this time of day? You typically don't come out to the now. You fucking with my tomatoes? I should pop your ass. You know that, right? And you got your pockets full. What's in your pocket? Where you running? Where you running to? What's in your pocket? They got a pocket full of goods from the garden. How is anarchy different from do without will, which is the whole of the law? Y'all might as well put Anton LaVey and Aleister Crowley on a pedestal at that point. It seems like the anarchist shit, and there's people that have a lot of misconceptions about it. They think, oh, I just get to do what I want, individualism. That's not what these people are saying anarchy is. It's a whole system they want to bring about, where they tell you no rulers. But let's say you do bring it to fruition, these niggas telling you no rulers, it seems like they then want to become your rulers. Like, that shit stupid. And then somebody, I'm gonna give y'all this dumbass comment I got from yesterday. Somebody said, Barricade Garage, this is exactly what he said. He said anarchy means no rulers, no masters. It does not mean no rules. Let me repeat that. This nigga said anarchy means no rulers, no masters. It does not mean no rules. So you see how I didn't know that tidbit? So now when you get your anarchist society, you got to send forth messengers to bring me the gospel of anarchy and tell me the rules, because I don't know the fucking rules. All I know is you, all I hear is you niggas keep saying no rulers, no masters, no government. But clearly this nigga who knows all about anarchy is saying there is rules. Anarchy means no rulers, no masters. It does not mean no rules. There is natural common law. What the fuck is natural common law? Break it down to me like I'm a fucking child right now, because I'm retarded. I'll wait. What is natural common law? And where does that shit derive from? Nicholas Canada, what is natural law? Talk to me like I'm retarded. Act like you're explaining it to a child. Somebody said from human instinct, emotion. Some human instinct and emotion drive them to fuck with children. Solemn Abraham said the law of the Most High. That's not what the atheistic anarchists say. So there's already a divide right there. There's already a divide right there. Solemn Abraham said natural law is the Most High's law. Then you got another anarchist saying natural law is the natural emotions of humans and instinct of humans. How the fuck do you not foresee those two clashing and taking control of trade routes, of how people live their life, dictating who gets to go where, what side of the tracks other people say? How the fuck is that not going to turn out to be Democrat Republican eventually? Nicholas Cannon said natural law is natural consequence. No, natural consequence is natural consequence. What's natural law? For there to be consequences if you break those natural laws. That's what I'm asking you. Make this shit simple for me. What is natural law? I'm not even asking about what's natural law. Talk to me. Natural law is natural selection. Somebody said natural law is natural selection. You'll lead to stronger taking over the weak, having new rulers. Okay, so if that's natural law, how will that not bring us to where we're at now? Where all you niggas feel like the walls are closing in. Where systems have come up and created tax codes and ordinances, municipalities, rules for you to fucking follow. Because you're weak and you can't overthrow the current power structure. Because if you could, you would have did it by now and instituted an anarchy societal system. But you can't. So it looks like this is natural law. Do you have power to overthrow the current system? Can the anarchists collectively get together, put some shit in play where they overthrow the current system? Why not? Because this shit too strong? Is this natural law? What's natural law? This is natural law? I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I'm reading the response. I'm gonna finish. Anarchy means no rulers, no masters. It does not mean no rules. There is natural common law, the non-aggression principle. What the fuck is the non-aggression principle? Can somebody tell me what the non-aggression principle is? Somebody said morals come from religion. Okay, according to anarchists, they don't. They come from natural law, the natural human instinct and emotion. That's what one nigga said. And then Solemn Abraham said it comes from the Most High. So there's already a divide right there between anarchists. The answer is agorism for as how to achieve it. It comes from first principles. What are first principles? So no one can tell me what the non-aggression principle is. Can we focus on that? What's the non-aggression principle? Oh, darn said it's self-explanatory, BG. What is the non-aggression principle? What principle equals non-aggression? What are the tenets of this? Give me doctrine right now. Don't just tell me non-aggression principle is non-aggression principle. How the fuck do you want an anarchist society and you can't explain what non-aggression principle is? You can't break that shit down. You can't pull out charts, graphs, data. What the fuck is the non-aggression principle? How the fuck you gonna get somebody to follow the non-aggression principle if you can't explain it? Them folk over there believe in microaggressions. You do know it's people out there that consider misgendering somebody an aggression. So I'm asking you, what the fuck is a non-aggression principle? Because aggression means different things to different people. You got to know how to break that shit down, son. What the fuck is the non-aggression principle? Somebody said, BG, the non-aggression principle works perfectly fine for the Amish people. In whose world? Their children act out of pocket, they get disciplined. There's strict guidelines in the Amish community for what you can and cannot do. They don't even accept converts. Rules, laws of the pastor, the preacher man, the law of God. If you act up, you get dealt with. Somebody said, explain the non-aggression principle to my kidney stone, please. Somebody said, there is not. Thank you, Chris Waters. At least he come with something. There is no single or universal interpretation or definition of the non-aggression principle, with different definitions varying in regards to how to treat intellectual property, forced abortion, and other topics. Then how the fuck y'all gonna gather people on the grounds of anarchism and you don't even know, you can't even define the non-aggression principle, or you don't know how you're gonna enforce the non-aggression principle? The rules. What are the punishments for breaking the non-aggression principle in an anarchist society? Jail time? So now the systems get put in place where you keep the people who break the rules in anarchism, which means no rulers, no governance, self-governance. What did you got these people over here that want to self-govern their family by feeding their family, but they feel like they don't make enough money, so they got to go out and rob? What judge is going to dictate that? The people? What system is going to be put in place? Somebody said anarchy works as well as communism. That's what I'm left with, because these niggas can't explain their position. So I'm like, you hear communists say all the time, they break it down. When you point to some communist shit, they say, oh no, that was Stalinism. That was Leninism. That wasn't, we need everybody to participate in order for there to be true communism. It sounds like that's what the anarchists are saying. You need everybody to understand the natural common law. Like this nigga's telling me here. You need everybody to participate in this system and get on board with the non-aggression principle that they can't properly define. That shit sound like YouTube terms of service. That shit change every other month. Who's to say that a group of people won't define it differently than another group of people in the anarchist society and say, nah, non-aggression principle means this. And then they got elders over there say, nah, it means this. And who's to say those two factions won't get to beefing? At which point you got to pick sides. Who's to say a political power structure won't arise from that? And who's to say it won't look like what we have now? Democrat, Republican. A house divided that can't stand. Yo, this response that I'm reading right now This nigga really got me with this. I'm gonna read the end of this. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna recap this. I'm gonna recap for you guys. Anarchy means no rulers, no masters. It does not mean no rules. There is natural common law, non-aggression principle, and the golden rule. Did this nigga just tell me about a golden rule and then didn't explain what the golden rule is? For something that means no rulers, no masters, you niggas sure got a lot of rules, but what's fucked up about it is you can't explain these rules. Then this nigga ends that statement by saying the golden rule. I'm a grown-ass man, Holmes. What the fuck is a golden rule? You grown folk out there still talking like that? What is this, Kingsford Elementary School? The golden rule? What the fuck is that, fam? Fucking golden rule. Fuck you and your golden rule, nigga. You can't even explain a golden rule. What the fuck is the golden rule? You niggas got follow the, they say anarchy, no rulers, and then proceed to tell me you got to follow natural common law, which we can't explain what it is. And you also have to follow the non-aggression principle, which again, we can't explain what the fuck it is. And there's also something called the golden rule that you must follow, which sounds like some fucking elementary school teachers gave it out to a bunch of unruly children, and we can't explain what the fuck that means neither, but follow the fucking golden rule. This rule is golden. What makes it golden, nigga? I don't know. It's just the golden rule. I read a book on it. I looked at Google. I copy and pasted. I don't know, but it's the golden rule, and you can't break it. What happens if I break that shit? What happens if I break the golden rule? What y'all gonna get together and do to me? Y'all gonna have a tribunal? Y'all gonna tar and feather a nigga like that? Who decide? Who gets the final say so? Is it majority rule? Does the majority of the community come together and say, we feel like he needs to pay this, and then y'all take a vote? That sounds like democracy. Anarchy sounds like a slippery slope to democracy. Who gets to decide what? Who gets to decide what? So the whole community just comes out and be like, 60% of us say he need to do this. And you got 40% over there like, nah, we don't want to tar and feather him. He needs to do this. So what y'all gonna do to me? Is there an elder that decides on the verdict, or is it just community based? Somebody said golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. What if I don't want to follow that shit? There's rules right now that say thou shalt not kill. Niggas killing every day, Holmes. So what are you going to do? What's the consequence for that? Do you need a jail system in an anarchist society now? It kind of looks like we're going right back around in circles to where the fuck we're at now. Then people say the founding fathers came here because they didn't want to be under the thumb of the Catholic Church. They didn't want rulers. Weren't they Freemasons? They wanted to be free. No rulers, no masters. They came here. Look where the fuck you at now. Feeling like the walls are closing in. Feeling like there's too many rules. Is that natural law? The natural progression? Where you're weak? Where you're weak? Because these politicians and these banksters and all these Jewish folk and everybody else you blame got you in a chokehold? Because you're weak? That what you saying? So it look like anarchy gonna lead to the new world order then at that point. It just look like you're going around in circles. That all it look like you going around in circles. Somebody said you are missing the most important piece of the puzzle. We are not eating the correct food, which is causing all of these other issues to occur. Where are you getting that from? Causing what issues to occur? Going around in circles? Going around in circles. You got a study on that that says because we're not eating the correct food, it's causing us to go around in circles. Because we're eating the incorrect food, we won't be able to participate in anarchy because we're not eating the correct food. Now that's another rule. You got to eat the correct foods to get in on this anarchist shit, nigga. Nigga, is that chicken on your plate, nigga? You can't be a part of this shit. Nigga, all these fucking rules. What's the golden rule? No golden showers? At what point in time in history has man eaten all the right foods? For people to have something to compare it to. Man has always been killing, murking shit, raping, pillaging, slaughtering, conquering. So what do you have to compare it to when you say, oh, we don't eat the right foods for it to work? What the hell does that even mean? Somebody said, buy my crypto, buy my supplements if you want to be certified anarchist. And then you can say, somebody did say, invest in crypto is a good start to anarchy. How? That's a good start to having rulers and masters over you. How the fuck does that work? So what, we invest in crypto and we still gotta cash out in the dollar, because nobody don't do that crypto shit. Nah, they convert to dollars. So you right back at the Federal Reserve. Unless everybody's in on it. So just like communists, once again, you're saying everybody has to be in on it for it to work. So now you get to sell the people on your YouTube channels and on your social media links on this grand idea of anarchists. And you prey on the people who see what the fuck going on now. And they have no solution, no way out, no answer to nothing. And they hear this, no rulers. They not thinking past go. All they hear is, we got these rulers, and look what they're doing. But these people over here promise us no rulers. So that shit sound good because you got a lot of childlike people out there that will get preyed on in an anarchist society. I will take all you niggas' bikes, yes. So now y'all got these people over here, like sheep, following an idle shepherd, promising them glory and freedom from the current rulers. But yet you niggas have no blueprint or plan on how to make this shit come to fruition. At least the communists, that Bolshevik revolution, they got shit cracking. Yeah, I'll give it to them. They had a dream and a blueprint. Karl Marx sat out there and wrote that shit out. From the tit to the big toe. This. They got a plan, homie, but you niggas here, y'all can't even define what the fuck the non-aggression principle is. How the fuck are people gonna follow that? Somebody said it's pretty hard to measure without a ruler. Yeah, how the fuck and it still didn't work. How are people gonna roll with that shit? How we gonna get down, bro? I'm trying to get down with anarchy, son. You can't even tell me. Is this some type of shit where I need to trust the plan? I don't need to know all the intricate details? Is this what this is? Is this Q? Is this Q 2.0? Yo, who is y'all leader? Who is the top dog in this anarchy shit? And don't tell me James Corbett from CorbettReport.com or that nigga Brian from High Impact Flicks. Who is your leader? You don't need just one word, just one name. Give me who? I told y'all I'm DEA though, so y'all might not try to give me y'all leaders' names. I'm DEA like a bitch. Don't give me the. I'm just saying, who can I go? Who all? I've heard all their arguments. These niggas is on every fucking podcast with this shit. Who's the leader? Matt Smith Dorian said no one. So there is no way I can get a conclusive set of articulated rules to follow in order to promote anarchy. I won't be able to tell people what the non-aggression principle is. We just went over this. I can't tell them what the non-aggression principle is. These are the tenets. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen it on the burner phone. He hit me up. He hit me up. I can't tell people the non-aggression principle because I don't fucking know, because they don't know. I can't tell people what natural common law is and how to define it and how to differentiate that between the believers and unbelievers. Because there's a lot of atheists in that shit and there's a lot of believers in that shit. I can't even tell people what the golden rule is, homie. I'm better off saying no golden showers. Yeah, no, don't R. Kelly no bitches. I can't tell them what the golden rule, nigga. What is this, Kingsford Elementary School? What the fuck is a golden rule? This nigga wrote me and said, there is a golden rule. The fuck you mean there's a golden rule? What about that vocabulary right there? Golden rule, nigga, no apple juice? You gotta pack more than 2 cookies in that little nigga's lunchbox? What the fuck is this golden rule? We don't know, but it's golden as a bitch. That shit gold is for that shit gold member. That shit gold member though. Yeah, that's what it's gold member. Dutch chocolate. And let's go over this again. I just and I'm gonna leave it alone. Cause yesterday live stream I was talking about anarchy. Somebody they put in the live chat. This was in the live chat. I'm gonna read it. I didn't see this yesterday, but I just went over. I'm gonna read it. This nigga's Anarchy Television. Are you in here? Anarchy Television said anarchy means no rulers, no masters. It does not mean no rules. There is natural common law, non-aggression principle, and the golden rule. Yet, none of you niggas here can define the natural common law, the non-aggression principle, or the golden rule. And when one anarchist says the non-aggression principle is this, another one comes out and says it's this. How the fuck I'm supposed to follow that? And then I ask for a leader and you niggas say we don't have one. So how I know where can I go to get the real shit from? Y'all don't have no real shit because y'all don't have no defined elder, no leader. Where's the wise one to this shit? They can actually break it down. Somebody said Ron Paul. Fuck Ron Paul. Ron Paul, the senator? Or am I thinking about Rand Paul? BG talking to himself in circles in a one-way convo. Oh, darn said that. Oh, darn, we already established. You said I have no logic. This is what you said. So you shouldn't be worried about me talking myself in circles. You said because I don't understand anarchy, I'm not capable of critical thinking. That's what you said. Yet you're here every fucking day. Oh, darn. Every fucking day you're here. As soon as it come to anarchy, you niggas want to bully up. Nah, y'all shit stupid. Y'all shit stupid. I don't got to be nice to you niggas. You just said I lack critical thinking. So fuck your ideology. Fuck your golden calves. And fuck what you believe in. And if that makes you mad, then I don't think you're ready for anarchy. If what I said makes you mad, I don't think you're ready for anarchy. If you can't come to me and tell me, hey, these are our core tenets right here. This is what we do. This is what we don't do. Break it down. Talk to me like I'm a little homie, like I'm a 5th grader. If you can't do that, why the fuck would I want to join your movement? Why the fuck would I want to promote that? If when I ask you certain questions, you result to name calling and slurs and coming after my intelligence by saying I lack critical thinking skills because I don't understand anarchy, all the questions I threw out here, your ass sit up there and say you lack critical thinking skills because you don't understand it. That's not what I asked you. I asked you specific questions and you couldn't answer them. So instead of answering the questions, you told me I lack critical thinking skills. Oh, darn, this is how you want to go out? I told you it's big hugs around here, old darn. This between me and you. This how you want to take it with me? That's what you want to do? I want old darn said sure. That's wild. Then no, I can't get behind that shit. I can't get behind that shit. Because clearly I hit a button for you to say I lack critical thinking skills because you hear every day. Every time I hit the live button, old darn is in here. So clearly you like what the fuck I be dishing out. But when it come to your shit, when it come to your strongholds, now you got a problem. Now I'm the one that's fucking retarded. Now I lack critical thinking skills. Even though I'm asking you legit questions and I have no agenda. I'm not putting nothing over anarchy. I'm not trying to say, no, this system, what we have now is what we need to keep. I'm not trying to say capitalism. I'm not sitting here advocating for socialism, communism, Nazism, none of that shit. I'm just asking you questions and saying how I don't understand it. But your response to my genuine questions are you lack critical thinking skills. How the fuck I'm supposed to respect that? How am I supposed to respect that, old darn? I an it an anarchist. What the fuck does that mean? I an it an anarchist. Truth or TV said anarchy won't ever work. You're dreaming. The dollar vigilante is an alcoholic. I don't care who all anarchy. You could tell y'all big homies I said this shit. You could tell your big homies I said that shit. What's the blueprint for this shit? How we gonna make this shit happen? How do you get this shit off the internet and into real life? How do we put this in the hands of people? Who's the messengers that's going to differentiate the right from the wrong, the good from the evil, break it down where the fuck our foundation comes from? Who's going to bring together the two factions of anarchy that I already exposed in this lab? The believers and the non-believers. I said, what's natural common law? Selim Abraham said the law of the Most High Yahweh. Another nigga who I'm assuming to be atheist said natural law is man's emotion instinct. So that's two different answers. And you mean to tell me it's not going to end up looking like Democrat Republican? You mean to tell me those two factions won't end up beefing? You mean to tell me the people, the sheep that follow the anarchists won't get swept up in that? And won't have to pick sides? The people who bring their families over to be beholden to this ideology won't get swept up in that? And you mean to tell me that won't end up dividing family? Mother, son, daughter, sister, brother, child? How the fuck that gonna work? You mean to tell me a power structure won't arise from that? And you mean to tell me the people who preach this anarchy shit don't envision themselves at the top of that power structure? Sitting there collecting all the money from the sheep? They preach this shit too, they're preying on people. Right now you got more people in their lows. Oh no, high in their lows. They look at what the government's doing, they feel bad about that. They feel like the walls are closing in. Here come the wolves with no plan whatsoever. Here come the wolves to capitalize on it, and these niggas selling you wolf tickets. I said, who's your big homie? Take me to your leader. They said, we have no leader. So who the fuck is gonna break this shit down for me? So you individually aren't a leader? And they be like, yeah, because there's no ruler, so I'm an individual. All right, then break this shit down for me. Then they break it down. Then the next anarchist pop up like, nah, that ain't it. So now these two anarchists going back and forth. And I'm sitting over here like, how the fuck I'm going to disperse this message and get people on board with this shit? Sebastian Water said, I'm my own leader. Man, I'm the leader of my house. I'm the leader of my household. I got responsibilities. I'm not skirting my responsibilities. I lead women and children. But I don't know what's the point of advocating for anarchy if you're not advocating for an anarchist society. And what's the point in advocating for an anarchist society if you don't have a blueprint for how we get there? And what's the point of having a blueprint for how we get to an anarchist society if you can't break down what the fuck natural law is, the golden rule, or the non-aggression principle is? How the fuck y'all gonna skip a part, a major part? Spirit Free said, I am the leader of the Hodgehog and Magpie. Shout out to the Hodgman. Them niggas sell more merchandise than the law allow. Shouting at the cloud said, and anarcho-privatism. See, now y'all adding titles. Y'all know what I say about title. That's why I kept it at anarchy. Now people want to come in anarcho-capitalism, anarcho-privatism. What's up with all these added titles? In anarcho-privatism, your wife is your property, your child is your property. The government cannot take your property and put them in jail. Okay, I hear you shouting at the clouds. My question to you is, how can I help? What do I do to bring this to fruition? What's the plan? What's the plan to make this a societal standard? Does anybody know? Because in my mind, in order for that to happen, you have to institute a world religion at some point. Because too many people believe different things. You don't have to believe in the God. You could be an atheist. I don't give a fuck what you are, what you believe in. At some point, you're going to witness the destruction of the three major religions in order for this shit to come to pass. Because too many people believe in different things for that shit to work. On even a national level, let alone a global level. There are legal ways to change it, but it will require force to start. Constitutional editor, this is why I keep you around. You get straight to the gully. I like that. Everybody else talking about, I don't know what the fuck anybody else is talking about. Thank you, constitutional editor. He come out and say the shit. Just say the shit. Downright force. Now my question is, who? Who gonna pop shit off? Your leaders? Michael Malice and them? They don't look like they getting battle ready to me. They look like they collecting funds from the people who believe in this shit. They look like they getting fat off the golden cow. I really want to understand a lot of the people that I like James Corbett from CorbettReport.com. Y'all hear me shout? I was watching him heavy like 2 years ago. He's an anarchist. He had one of the best arguments I heard for that shit to date. But it still doesn't answer these things that I'm asking. Because it can't. Because then that will require solid rules and a structural foundation for which anarchists can't even agree that they even have, let alone how to go about it. What are your thoughts on Pride Month? Really, what are my thoughts on Pride Month? Why the fuck? It's Pride Month already, wasn't it? Pride Month. That fuck Pride Month. I don't celebrate these world holidays. I don't do nah. Fuck that. Y'all just seen. Y'all just sat up here and seen a whole possum in my garden, and you gonna sit up here and ask me about Pride Month, nigga? I got possums in my garden, niggas. You seen a possum? Go back 30 minutes in the stream. You gonna see a fucking possum in my garden stuffing his pockets with tomatoes. This nigga had pockets. And here you come asking me about Pride Month. I got possums stealing my tomatoes. I don't got time to worry about that shit. That what y'all worry about. I don't worry about that. But this nigga had pockets. Y'all seen, go back 30 minutes in the live stream. You won't see, I showed you the fucking possum. He seen me, he stopped, and a tomato fell out that nigga pocket when he seen me. I said, what you doing? He waddled away. I said, come back here, put that tomato back. This nigga left the garden. He left with herbs, thyme, mustard greens, tomatoes. This shit, he throwing a potluck on my behalf. And niggas asking me about Pride Month. BG James Corbett is funded by the World Economic Forum, Poland, Lucian. See, I didn't know you can't. You can't prove. I don't. Look, I don't know. I don't have no dog. I don't have no dog in that fight either way. You can't prove this shit. People just be talking on the internet. Even if he is, a lot of the shit he was bringing forth, I felt like, yo, this what the people need. Like, people need to wake up. I was on that people gotta wake up state of mind. I was on that all we need is for more people to wake up. And then I grew the fuck up. Like, people aren't gonna wake up. People not gonna wake up in the capacity that's needed to overturn any type of governmental system that they disagree with. Those will collapse at the hands of other governmental systems that they also don't agree with. So now I feel like how the Jews felt in Babylon. You know, Daniel, he was from the tribe of Judah. When Judah got taken into captivity, they said, this is our God, this is whom we worship. But we're in Babylon. The world gonna do what the world gonna do. Babylon gonna keep Babyloning. They didn't try to change Babylon. They weren't truthering to Babylon. Nah, the king called him in. He said, decipher this message. The Hebrew boy went in there and said, this shit say tomorrow the Persians are gonna come in here, fuck shit up, and take over your kingdom. The king was like, and sure enough, tomorrow, niggas came in there, took over the kingdom. Where was he at? Still there, worshiping his God. You seen what a buck stopped though. You seen what a buck stopped. When they unveiled that gold statue and said, everybody kneel and bow to it. And they was like, nope. That's not what we do. He said, you know you get thrown in the incinerator, right? He said, well, go on then. Make it hot. Because I'm not kneeling to that statue. That's the type of shit I'm on. I'm not waiting for the government to change. I'm not waiting for people to stop being people. Bro, I'm put here with a purpose. That shit not my problem. And I know people hate hearing that because they feel like they're going to come for them and then no one cares. And then they came for them and you still didn't care. And now they came for you and you need people to care. I'm a son of God. Oh well, fuck it, leave it to Beaver. Throw me in the lion's den. Throw me in the incinerator. I believe on what I stand on. If I believe in it like I believe in breathing, then I'm going to fight to keep on doing it. That's who I am. I don't need everybody to be on board with what I'm on board with. I don't need for you to believe in what I believe in for my belief to work for me. I don't need to overthrow this current power structure. The rewards I seek aren't even of this earth, and I know people hate when they hear me talk like that because I can't offer them a physical solution to their ailments, their problems, and everything else they're going through, feeling like the walls are closing in. But this is what it is for me, homie. Philippians 2:12 said, work out your own salvation in fear and trembling. That's something you got to do. That ain't up on me. I can't take you there. And I'm not, and I don't listen to people who offer people false hope and false promises of getting rid of this system so we can install this system where everybody's going to be free. You niggas going to be slaves. Right back again. I don't give a fuck what they call it. Communism. They make that shit sound real good. They make that shit sound real good. And look how the youth ate that shit up. But what happens? Look at anarchy. That shit sounds real good. Self-governance, nigga, no Biden, no Congress, nigga. We can just do what we want, stack up on ammo. That shit, they make it sound real good. Where it's at, though? Where's the blueprint to how we get there, though? So now niggas can't even tell me that. So now that shit's starting to sound Luciferian. That's how they tell you Lucifer coming in the form of everything you want. They don't come in the form of horns and breathing smoke. Nah, Lucifer gonna come to you in the form of everything you've ever wanted in life. And you're gonna see that anarchy shit quickly descend into do as thou wilt, which is the whole of the law. And you're not gonna have a leg to stand on because they have no foundation from the get-go. They can't even tell you what the fuck the non-aggression principle is. And when one of them tells you what the non-aggression principle is, another one pops up and says, hey, that's not exactly what that means. Then another one pops up and tries to explain it. And then someone else comes in and says, but no. And then you got the factions between the believers and non-believers. I said, what is natural law? This nigga said the law of God, the Most High, Yahweh. Another anarchist came in and said, no. Natural law is the natural human emotion and instinct. To do unto others as you would have done it. So he completely took God out of it. How long do you think before those two factions start beefing? And how long do you think it's going to be before the people get swept up in that? And how long do you think it's going to be before, oh, they're sending our kids to war, to fight and die in wars? How long before you think bankers are going to capitalize on that? Bankers that come out of nowhere. Because warring people are easy to manipulate people. And you think we're not going to be right back here at square one? What happened to Greece? They said democracy. Yeah, we got this democracy shit down pat. That shit failed Rome. Rome said, yeah, this is a republic. We got that republic. Fail. So now niggas is like, yo, we've tried everything. So now let's mix and match. Let's take the Grecian form and the Roman form and put them shits together and just smash them bit and try to make something out of it. Niggas are Democrat, Republican, and niggas still sit up there and say, oh, they say this is a republic. But what you can't do is get everybody else to believe that shit. See, that shit doesn't mean anything. It's not what it was, it's what it is. This shit run like a democracy now. It doesn't matter what it was. It's what it is. A lot of you niggas living in the past. That's why y'all can't go forward. If this is what it's supposed to be. Living in the past. It's not what it was. It's what it is. No one gives a fuck about that Constitution no more. Except you. And if you hate to hear the shit I'm saying, then pop with your people and establish your own shit. See if this government will allow you to do that. That way you can have your cake and eat it too. If they don't and y'all go to war and y'all lose, then that look like natural law to me. The strongest survive. It looked like how this is how niggas got here in the first place. Why you feel like that? Why everybody feels oppressed in the first fucking place? Black people feel oppressed to white people. White people feel oppressed to Jews and bankers and IRS and taxes. In bed with Israel. Sending billions of your dollars over there to Ukraine. How the fuck we get here then? So you want to give me that natural law shit, it look like this is what natural law looks like. The stronger surviving. That's why somebody could go in office worth 400,000 and by the time they leave, they are worth 50 million. That look like that's some stronger survive shit then you shouldn't complain. If you about that anarchy shit and you say nah the natural law and you think they would not the stronger survive, then you can't complain about what the fuck going on. That means you're weak. It ain't nothing you could do about it. Except prey on these people who are sick of the current power structure and siphon money from them. Because they gonna pay for anything. They gonna pay for any type of prosperity gospel. Don't bring them the gospel though, nah. Just tell them they can be free from the current power structure with this ideology of anarchism. And then proceed to not tell them how they can go about creating an anarchist society. Nah, don't tell them that. Why? Because you yourself don't even fucking know. That's why I say, man, it's big hugs around here. I'm not Democrat, Republican, capitalism, communist. Don't put me. Listen, that's why I said I don't put. That's why I said don't put. You know, you can't put me in a box. Then go that same possum over there biting squirrels and shit. He got the squirrels running. It's like 10 squirrels over there running from that nigga. You can't. Don't put me in a box. I'm just saying though. Nah, somebody said I'm living anarchy. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm not physically free. I'm spiritually free. And there's already a separation between the believers and non-believers when it comes to anarchism. So why the fuck would I insert myself in that and start preaching y'all message and y'all don't even know what the fuck the message is? Y'all don't even know what the gospel is. Y'all don't even know how to present it to people because you can't properly define the golden rule. So now next time somebody bring me that golden rule shit, I'm going to say golden showers. No golden showers. You can't tell me what the fuck it is. Non-aggression principle. Shout out to the anarchists out there. I ain't got nothing against y'all. Y'all do what y'all do. I'm just saying because cuz kind of came at me aggressive. So I'm just reflecting what I got back. I'm reflecting what the fuck was before me. So that way you hear me talking about this shit like this, but I don't get that shit. And I'm not going to act like I understand it to try to be cool. A lot of people like to be cool. A lot of people, they don't want to think things through. A lot of these fucking truthers out there, y'all think are the cool people and the cool kids and actually critical thinkers, like O'Darn said I wasn't. They're not. They just want a narrative so they can fit the fuck in. And if that narrative is combating the mainstream narrative, then that's where the fuck they fit in. If it's promoting the mainstream narrative, then that's where the fuck they fit in. There are very few people that got their ears open to actually understand. John Frank said, has no one to... Thank you, John Frank. Okay, here we go. John Frank said, has no one defined the golden rule yet? It means treat others how you want to be treated. For better or worse, some people like to be treated badly. We learned, that's why I said, what is this, Kingsford Elementary School? If that's the golden rule, then you treat anarchists like a bunch of fucking Kingsford Elementary School children. We learned that shit in kindergarten, homie. Treat others as you want other people to treat you. Okay, now tell me what the world does with that. What rules are going to be set? What consequences? Some people want to go the route where they say anarchy just means how I govern myself. I just want to be left alone. I just want to do this, which isn't what they say anarchy means. So we're not even talking about the same thing. So y'all not even on one accord with what the fuck y'all beliefs are. And then when I ask people take me to a leader or somebody that one of the elders that has this knowledge, we have no elders. We have, because we're no rulers. So you talk to us individually. And then I talk to y'all individually, find your individual preference, what you think this is. And y'all and then somebody else pops up, another anarchist pops up and says, no, it's not that. It's actually this. And then these anarchists get to beefing. And then, no, you're wrong. See, it means this. And then y'all start reciting earlier works of anarchists. Well, Michael Malice says this. Ron Paul says this. Well, Lysander Spoonfield says this. So it ain't nothing conclusive. It ain't nothing concrete. So that tell me your foundation is built on sand, homie. So that tell me you need to take that shit back to the drawing board before you preach that shit to the youth. Before you have all these people over here pointing the finger at the government, trying to come over here to give you money and donations and purchase your merchandise as you sell them a pipe dream, because you don't even know how you're going to bring this shit to fruition. Because you and your people don't even pop to figure out how the fuck y'all going to enact this shit. Or the guidelines to this shit, the foundation of this shit. What we going to do with the believers? What we going to do with the non-believers? Do we have to destroy the world's religion? Do we have to create a one world religion? How the fuck are we going to bring this anarchist dream to fruition with all these fucking different religions going on around here? Too many people believe in different things. I don't even know what the fuck y'all want to do. Keep Ron out of it. Who is Ron? I got that shit wrong. Ron was the libertarian dude, ain't it? Yeah, I think Ron Paul the libertarian. I ain't up on my politics. Don't have me keep politicians out of it. Fuck these politicians. I don't know. I don't keep up with these niggas like that. For one, they haven't given me a reason to. As a matter of fact, Ron Paul, what's his son name? Rand Paul? I get these niggas confused. Yeah, y'all just seen that big ass possum over there stuffing his pockets. Every time I'm out here with y'all, and I got y'all in the background, some wild shit going on. I just lost like 3 tomatoes. Go back and look on yesterday's live stream thumbnail. All those tomatoes are now gone. That possum has some deep ass pockets. And then you seen I had the camera on, he just looked at me. I said, put my fucking tomatoes back. That nigga. Hey, you ever seen a possum run? That is the funniest shit in the world. Where he was booking it. Five-star media say I don't have faith in people because they are a reflection of what's happening right now. I had a faith in people around me that can get a reflection of my light, and they had some understanding of circumstantial developments. But it's like, how can I have faith in the masses when one minute they'll sit there and say that Uvalde shooting down there in Texas was a hoax, it was fake, and then the next minute they say it was real because they released video of the parents yelling at the cops for an hour to save their children. So now you just abandon your premise. You see how easy humans are to control? You see how the firebenders can come in and control humans? Now everybody agrees this shit was real, so they can point the finger at the cops. They firebend. Now you don't think it was a hoax. You don't think that shit was fake. You don't think you think those children really died now. You think it wasn't set up. You think that shit was real. You just want to get the cops out the way. You hate the cops. So you want to point the finger at the cops. Those parents sat out there and they were trying to get in, and those coward cops were blocking those parents from getting in. Now you mad about it. Now it's real. Just yesterday you were saying it wasn't even real. So you see why you put faith in man. Man does this type of shit, wishy-washy. You had your beliefs, but all it takes is for them to release some type of evidence that points the finger at people you hate. So they use what you hate against you to get you on board with the initial premise. And now you abandon your beliefs. I seen a lot of people do that shit, homie. How the fuck I'm gonna have faith in people like that? Y'all can't even keep that shit together for 2 days. Somebody said, did the popo get paid to stand down? I don't give a fuck if the popo got paid to stand down. I don't give a fuck if they went in there. Is that a fucking Fox? What the fuck is this, a Disney movie? It's a fucking Fox. So y'all just seen a possum attack 10 squirrels. A possum attacked, not only did he attack 10 squirrels, he attacked 10 squirrels with a pocket full of my tomatoes that he just stole from my garden. I saw him. Now I'm seeing a fucking fox. In broad daylight too. What the fuck type of shit is that? They don't usually come out to the night. That means some weather modification shit about to jump the fuck off. Somebody said you need a fence. I got a fence. Somebody said Anarchy is trying to convince a grown man on his YouTube channel that anarchy is smart. Now I like what the dude from yesterday said. He said anarchy is when Nissan Altimas overtake the highways. When there's nothing but Nissan Altimas left on the highway. So that's true anarchy. A bunch of cows in their Nissan. No fucking rollers! Clapped out Nissan Altimas. Nah, Shy, I ain't got no problem with not nail one of y'all. Y'all know that. Y'all know we just go through phases here. Y'all know I ain't got no problem with none of y'all. Oh darn, I gave you a door, dog. Oh, where oh darn at? Oh darn, you man, big hugs. Come here. Oh darn the homie. Oh darn the homie. We ain't even on that type of time here. I talk shit about everybody. I ain't got no problem with nobody here, for real, for real. BG, you're all about non-compliance. Non-compliance is the basic weapon of voluntarism. Voluntarism. I don't even know what the fuck voluntarism is. It sounds like you can articulate that shit already better than anarchists do, though. But I'm not voluntarist neither. I don't want no fucking titles. Fuck voluntarism. And if you get mad at me about saying fuck voluntarism, I don't think you're ready for voluntarism. Emotional people can't even control their money good. What make you think they're going to be able to control the narrative of an ideology and make it come to fruition? Those aren't the type of soldiers, at least I would want in my zombie apocalypse group. Fuck Barricade Garage zombie apocalypse group. Yes. Exactly. BG saying you need to work on your logic isn't a shot at your intelligence. Oh, Don, we ain't even on that shit, man. Big Hus, come here. You right, you said it right the first time. Niggas need to work on their intelligence, bro. I'm not the brightest nigga out there. I'm not the sharpest knife in the fucking cutlery box or whatever the fuck y'all keep y'all silverware in. Fucking oak cutting board. I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. And it is no secret. Everyone here knows this. I ain't even mad at you. Nah, niggas be like, yo, your logic. Bro, I know. It's like, bro, I got a lot of, I'm young. Y'all forget I'm young. I got a lot of growing myself to do. Hey, you got it. Oh, darn. I ain't tripping. You guys, that's why I gave you big hugs around here. The good thing about the Quran is it hasn't been altered or edited. I'm not even gonna I don't even want to go down that route. I went to 6th grade 6 times. I told y'all that early. I told you that early. That is no secret. I was in the 6th grade 6 times, Kingsford Elementary School. That's how I know all about the golden rule. That's why I said, what y'all think this is Kingsford Elementary School, nigga? Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. And Timmy still went in the cubby hole when the class went to lunch and was stealing people papers. Timmy gave 0 fucks about that golden rule. Kyle gave 0 fucks about putting holes in your drywall. He don't want no holes in his drywall, but he get mad and put some holes in your drywall. Go to your house and punch a hole clear through the wall behind the microwave. We got a whole rule out here that says don't kill. Niggas killing every fucking day. So that golden rule doesn't mean shit to anybody. Now that we got that established, where's the enforcement coming from? Do you now need a police force? Does this society now require a police force? No one gives a fuck about the golden rule. So now we need to, as anarchists, we got to come together, and now we got to put together a police force. At which point, or some type of peacekeeping force, at which point certain people in our anarchy community are going to be against. Like, yo, what the fuck? And then you got to break down to them. They're not respecting our golden rule. And then they're going to look at you, well, we should go down there and get them. And then you look at them and say, well, that type of action leads to a democracy where the majority gets to decide what to do with somebody. We're not trying to go down that road. But the village people go get their tiki torches any fucking way, get their pitchforks, and they go on down yonder and go fucking with that man. And you're sitting there like, guys, like, no. And they look back at you and they say, we're governing ourselves the way we see fit. And then you sitting there saying, but y'all doing it wrong. And then one guy turns around and looks at you and says, how the fuck we doing it wrong? Explain. This nigga broke a golden rule. This nigga is worthy of punishment. Are you gonna be the one to decide how he's punished? How come it can't be us? After all, we're the majority. We feel like it should be done this way. What you gonna say then? Well, actually, I'm putting together like a police force, task force kind of peacekeeping force to like go out on calls to like prevent people who disobey the golden shower rule. And they like, man, that sound like oppression waiting to happen. What happens when people start playing victim in an anarchist society? How do you oh gosh. How do you stop people from burning and looting shit? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, so it seems like those rules you have to continually grow. Punishments will have to be outlined. You're going to have to make examples, at which point people are going to feel oppressed under your current model of anarchy and feel like they can do anarchy better. Huh? Sound familiar? The communists. Lenin said, nah, this is how we do it. Stalin said, no, this is how we do it. Trotsky came in and said, no, this is how we do it. They couldn't even agree on that shit. One group came out and said, Fabianism. This is how we get to our communist society. Another group came out and said, no, Leninism. All of them believed in communism. Didn't Trotsky get assassinated by a commie? And you mean to tell me anarchy won't be the same way? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, we adults, man. It's big hugs around here. That's not even account for. That doesn't even account for a lot of y'all mamas. You know, your moms, the ones that don't get it, the ones that like being sheep. You know, your mom, the one you sit on the phone and argue with, they're doing this. It's a fucking agenda, mom. You know, your parents you call boomers, they don't wake the fuck up. They love government. They love that shit. How you gonna convince them this isn't the way? Are they just gonna be outcasted from your society you start up? Or you just gonna wait for them to die the fuck out? Or you gonna kill them off quick by continually feeding them high fructose corn syrup and making sure they get a good dose of that shit every fucking day. How you gonna do this shit? Let me know so I can go out there and I'm your soldier. Let me know how we gonna get this shit accomplished. I'm a warrior for anarchy now. Whatever you need, Johnson, let me know. I'll handle it. I'll send a team out there right now to snatch all the string cheese out them white folk hand until they accept anarchy. Just let me know. Let me know what you need to get an order. Again with the string cheese. High clad white trash. Hey, you know, like, niggas love string cheese too, though. It ain't, like fried chicken. What you want me to say? Smack the fried chicken? It don't hit the same. You can't just say smack fried chicken out of a white person. Hey, I don't give a fuck about that. That platter full of delicious cheeses. They love that shit. You smack that shit away. They beholden to your agenda at that point. You can't just be like, I smack watermelon out of a white person's hand. Nah, no one cares. They don't care. Nah, nigga, string cheese, nigga. Gouda, provolone, pepper jack. That's something else somebody said. They said, comfort is your shackles. Be no fucking anarchists. These people preaching anarchists, they ain't gonna be making money for doing it in the anarchist society. How the fuck they gonna get fat? See, a lot of people, I could say this shit comfortably because a lot of people that talk that shit, they talk that shit for monetization purposes. They ain't even serious with it. That's just something to sell you folk. They'll write a book about it. They ain't even serious about it. They appear serious. They got you really believing that shit. But they know. In their mind, this shit'll never happen. Because you niggas too fucking soft. But what I can do is bring you prosperity gospel on this shit. And then that shit spreads. And you get more and more viewers. Bro, I could preach anarchy tomorrow. I could come out there, probably make me the face of anarchy if I was preaching that shit. Cause not that nigga gonna preach that shit the way I preach that shit. Cause I'm a firebender. And too many of you niggas have statistics and logic. In fact, nobody wants to hear that shit. Nobody wants to hear that shit, especially when you can't properly define natural law. You need firebenders at that point. And none of you niggas have it. James Corbett is like a cold fucking fish. He doesn't make nobody excited to get into anarchy. Nah, the Sons of Anarchy TV series does. Niggas don't think of no rulers when they think of anarchy. They think of fucking chaos. These cold fish ass niggas. You niggas just sit up there on the Joe Rogan Experience, sit up there, anarchy, anarchy. You niggas don't even look the part. You nigga, y'all some law-abiding citizen ass niggas. Talking about anarchy. And half these niggas preaching that shit to you niggas still live in a fucking city. Talking about anarchy. Nah, nigga, if I was preaching that anarchy shit, I guarantee you I'd be the face of that shit tomorrow. Oh, thanks for sending me a picture of what you have. Y'all can't leave it, and y'all can't properly define what the fuck these rules of anarchy is. So when I become the face of anarchy, I'm gonna have to invent the rules on the spot because I'm gonna be doing interviews. They're gonna be asking me. They gonna say, so you preach anarchy. Can you define natural law? Natural law is no faggots allowed. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Next question. What else you want to know about anarchy? What about the golden rule? Don't piss on bitches. No golden showers. No R. Kelly shit. Anything else you want to ask me? Nigga, this shit is concrete. This shit conclusive. Wow. So how do we make anarchism happen? We got to start killing niggas. And y'all mamas can't join. Because they acting like a bunch of bitches out there. Why do we have to kill people? Because this shit won't work unless everybody participates. So niggas that don't want to participate have to die. Any other questions? End the story. I'm the face of anarchy, nigga. Because I tell it like it is. That's true. Man, any last questions? I'm about to get up out of here. Any questions? Any questions? And what's this nigga's name? Don't send me, don't message. I don't give a fuck about anarchy. Don't. What's this nigga's name? Sebastian Anarchy Truth. Nigga, if you in here, don't send me no more bullshit on anarchy. I don't give a fuck about your perceived leaders. I don't give a fuck about your core tenets. You niggas do not even have a fucking plan. Any questions? Do you like garlic sauce, BG? Man, it's not for everything though. You can't just put, I can't explain it in a stream chat. That means you want to write a nigga a book. Nah, when a nigga say I can't explain it in a stream chat, did give you time to go copy and paste some shit. I already broke down a whole bunch of shit people sending me arguments. This was the best one I got. That's why I read it and broke this shit down. So when a nigga say I can't tell you everything about it stream, that mean you want to send me a nigga's book. That mean you yourself can't properly define this shit without using some word salad. Now you want to get on some Bill Gates shit. It shouldn't be that fucking complicated. Did you not see my direct responses in that hypothetical interview situation if I was the face of anarchism? That's how it should be. Anything else is entertainment. Anything else is you bullshitting the people. If you can't get down to brass tacks, you bullshitting. You bullshitting. Shouting at the cloud said I've always had the best argument for you, BG. I give you that. Y'all bullshit. Honey garlic is good for stomach bugs. How the fuck did we get on honey garlic? How the fuck did we start talking about honey garlic? Yo, Spirit Free, come here, sit down. The fuck are we talking about? We growing garlic in the front yard right now. And I know the anarchists in here are gonna say, that's anarchy. I get it. But I got it. You just won't stop until you hear me say I like garlic sauce. You got it. Faith Fuego, you get that message from my people from Faith Fuego in here. Faith Fuego, how the fuck you keep getting? What did you do? It's not complicated. All you have to understand is that everything flows from two basic principles: consent and self-defense. That's not explaining anything. That's not explaining anything. BG, what you think about Freemasonry? Freemasonry is Freemasonry. A lot of Freemasons don't believe they in an organization that's Luciferian. Like a lot of Freemasons, especially the ones you see in their Nissan Altimas, they got the square and compass on the back. I don't know shit about shit. At the beginning and end of the day, and when I wake up at dawn, I don't give a fuck about Freemason. And yes, I've read Morals and Dogmas by Albert Pike. I don't care about that shit no more. Yeah, I like garlic. Now you can leave me alone about garlic. BG, just mainstream news. You all had you running in circles, firebending, trying to explain the rules of anarchy. consent to the matriarchy. Your wife and your child are your property and you must defend them with yourself. Okay, that's one side. How the fuck are we gonna handle this trade? Cause you niggas love having maple syrup in the middle of June. What about the shit that come from overseas? How are we gonna handle that? Which anarchist is gonna handle that? You know, down yonder in Africa, the rubber tree. We need rubber, imports. Which anarchist is gonna rise to the occasion to handle that type of shit? Without the other anarchists feeling some type of way because no rulers, but yet this nigga is dictating some shit. So now you gotta set up a council on how you gonna handle relations. And what about the other anarchists in your anarchy society that feel like that council that anarchists have set up, which means no rulers or masters, to handle relations? They feel like you're not doing a good job. How is that not a fucking government? How will that not result in government of the fucking people? You can't just point to the family structure. The family structure, that shit come from Yahweh, homie. I'm over my woman. My woman is over my children. The Messiah, the Creator is over top of the Messiah. This is the structure. This is the standard. That don't have shit to do with the price of eggs in Chinatown when it comes to relationships with other communities, other people, foreign trade, or any of that other shit that you people love. You people love having avocados. You love them truckers coming to drop shit off at your stores. What rules are we going to create for them in an anarchist society? Somebody say, I already answer. I'm just wrong as fuck then. I'll be wrong. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Somebody said, I do love me some avocados. You know what all it takes for an avocado to get to you? You know all what it takes for an avocado to get to you? That shit is intense. You know what it takes for a banana to get to your fucking shelf? That shit is intense. So just no regulation. No standards for anything. It's just gonna be loose leaf as a bitch. It's gonna be loose leaf as a bitch. Somebody said, yeah, and the government do it, the business does it. So what's gonna stop businesses like Walmart monopolizing shit? Isn't everybody complaining about Walmart taking over mom and pop? What about the business practices? These niggas engage in unsavory business practices. So how the fuck you gonna have how the fuck is that gonna work long term? So I could just do anything. So I understand the businesses take care of that. So the businesses have no rules. So the business can dictate you got to get fucked in your ass so you come to my store. So what you gonna say to that business? Oh, you can't say nothing? Because you have no government to come in and tell that business they can't do this? You have no set structure. So you can't tell that business what to do. And you as an individual, you can't just go down there to a business and be like, hey, stop doing this. Now that business has its own police force. What's going to stop that business from having its own police force to tell you niggas that you can't disagree with what the fuck they're doing? Shouting at the Clouds said, you do realize the Amish have a worldwide network and trade amongst themselves. Shouting at the Clouds, you do realize the Amish is a religious-based society. I don't know what you think the Amish people are. That is a religion. You have the Mennonites and you have the Amish. That's a religion. They follow strict guidelines, ordinances, and practices. They have rulers. If nothing else, they are in submission to the Creator? Do you want to live like that? And how are you going to convince your atheist anarchists that they need to live like that? Answer me. Stop pointing at what the Amish are doing, and you yourself don't give a fuck about the Bible. You don't give a fuck about religion. You don't give a fuck about faith. How are you going to get, how are you to get your atheistic partners on board with that? Which is the cornerstone of how they do business. BG is just ignoring all the legitimate answers. I don't see, man, it ain't, clearly we ain't gonna get nowhere. So me ignoring all the, taking what you said, me ignoring all the legitimate answers, how are you gonna correct me in an anarchist society? What are you gonna do about that? What if I don't give a fuck about your answers? What if I want to self-govern and I don't accept the terms and conditions of your perceived anarchist society rules? Michael Ryan said morality. Where are you getting morality from? Is it natural law, basic human instinct and emotion? Or is that morality coming from biblical guidance? And then how do you get your either atheists or believing anarchists to be on board? Man, big hustle, right? Any questions? I got any last questions? So government, see, this is where we at. So shouting at clouds just heard me say everything I said, and he ends with, so government is your God. At what point did I allude to government being my God? I even gave you the example of what the Jews were doing when they were in captivity to Babylon. Did the kings of the Babylonian Empire go to the Jews and say, so our gods are your God? No, but did they still exist in the Babylonian Empire? They did. Did they worship Babylonian gods? They didn't. Did they kneel before that statue Nebuchadnezzar unveiled to them? They didn't. So government is your God. I just said Yahweh is God. I'm in complete submission. Where do you get government in that? And how do I reconcile that with other anarchists if I want to be a part of this anarchist society? Do you then exclude me? So what's to stop me from rounding up all the believers? Say I'm anarchist. Say I'm an anarchist. What's to stop me from rounding up all the believers that believe as I do and going to war with you because you're atheist in your beliefs? What's to stop me from doing that and taking over your shit? What's to stop us from taking over your shit? You say non-aggression principle. What if we feel like your non-belief is aggression against us? What's going to stop us from coming for you? BG, what's the difference between what you just asked and what's happening today as we are living now? The difference is I'm accepting the fact this is what it is, what it is. It's not what it was. It's not what it was, it is what it is. I accept that. The difference is a lot of anarchists are preaching this like they have a means by which to make this shit happen, to bring this to fruition, an anarchist society. The difference is I have a different creed in life, so I don't give a fuck what them folk do. I'm not in submission to this government, but I'm in submission. I'm not free physically, but I am free. The difference is you need structure if you want to create a society. You need standards. You can't just base everything off a golden rule that nobody has followed since the beginning of man, which is do unto others as you will want them to do to you. Niggas been killing since niggas was created. The difference is I accept this and I look forward to greater things. Not physically, but spiritually. The difference is my gospel isn't your gospel. The difference is you don't know how to relay the difference to your anarchist buddies that are believers and non-believers. The difference is I'm not looking for a carnal way out of hell that y'all call this current societal standard system. The difference is I know the only way out is spiritual. Not by substituting this bullshit with another ideology that'll turn the bullshit quick. That's the difference. That's the difference. Somebody said BG figured it out. It ain't that I figured it out. It's just that I understand every man has his line. And you can't complain about where another man draws his line that's different from yours. And you can't just substitute one form of government for another form of government and actually believe that that shit is going to work when you have no concrete foundation for it. You just seen niggas do mental gymnastics amongst themselves as anarchists to try to explain what the golden rule is, which somebody has a different definition of than the last person they gave me, the non-aggression principle, and natural law. Nigga can't agree on natural law to save their life. But we just different, man. I ain't got no problem with y'all. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know I lack understanding in certain things. I know that we just kicking it. I'm not at your top. We not on the world stage with this. There's only 177 people in here. You don't got to act out for me. You don't got to lie to kick it. You still a homie. I'm just saying, if I wanted to be an anarchist tomorrow, tell me all what I would have to do to get people on board, and you couldn't tell me that. Y'all just have y'all just a bunch of loose leaf niggas. I'm out. Somebody said interracial. Interracial what? Natural law mean if you can protect it, you can keep it. Okay, a lot of people get their house foreclosed and then complain about bankers and Zionists. That's natural law. They took your shit. They took your shit. So that natural law, if you agree with natural law, that means you can't, then you just can't keep it. You can't complain about government fucking you over, taking your tax dollars, sending it across sea because you paying it, and then you can't do nothing about it. That natural law. Ain't that natural law? That's natural law. You and Max Eigen had that. Shout out to Max Eigen. I don't know who the fuck that is. Fuck him. Shout out to him at the same time. I'm about to, somebody saying then get out. I'm out. I told y'all I'm supposed to been out. I'm supposed to been out. Who the fuck is Max Eigen? I'm supposed to been out. Look, my battery low. I'm out. Man, big hood. Don't be hitting. Don't at me neither. Don't fucking at me neither. And don't email me neither. I don't want to hear that shit. Cause when you email me, another anarchist is gonna email me too. And I promise you, we compare the two, it's gonna be a whole bunch of fucking differences. No, I'm good. If I wanted instability, we might as well keep the system we got. Y'all shit already divided and it ain't even start yet. We out.